A tigress and her little cub were migrating across the snowy valley. The cub walked close, happy and calm beside his mother. Suddenly, the tigress felt danger in the air. She turned her head and saw the mountain crack open. The tigress lowered her head, picked up her cub in her jaws. Snow began breaking loose, rushing down the slope. The storm grew louder, filling the valley with white thunder. With each step, the storm grew closer and closer. She started to run with all her strength through the snow. Suddenly, the cub slipped from her mouth and fell behind. The storm rolled over him, covering the cub in deep snow. The tigress stopped, turned back, and roared in pain. She cried for help, but the storm only grew silent. A cowboy was passing on his horse through the mist, his face half covered with a dark scarf, his coat trailing. He saw the tigress, but turned his horse away at first. The tigress rushed forward and stood in his path. The man stopped. His horse snorted clouds of steam. He looked into her eyes and knew she was asking for help. The cowboy dismounted, boots sinking into the snow. Together, they dug with hands and paws through the frozen mound. At last, a tiny paw appeared under the snow. The man pulled carefully and lifted the cub free. The cub coughed softly, his bright eyes opening again. The cowboy handed the cub back to his mother, then stood watching as they began walking to safety. For a while, he kept an eye on them from his horse, making sure they escaped the valley and were safe. And in the end, the storm grew quiet once more, reminding us that even in the wild, love and courage can save a life.